It's time for the Sunday Jubilee. Now, here's your host, Jubilee Young.
Hey, welcome back to the Sunday Jubilee. I am your host, Jubilee Young. Man, I am stuffed. I have been enjoying the hell out of some tacos lately. I even love the word taco. It's an old-fashioned word. It means a tortilla filled with various things. Taco. Taco. Anyway, kids, where were we? Oh yeah, the Sunday Jubilee. This time, since it's played a prominent role in my world these last couple of weeks, I'm going to cover my father, Steve Young's song, Alabama Highway. Alabama Highway was written by Steve Young and was featured in the 1975 cult classic movie Heartworn Highways, which, if you have never seen it, it's a treasure of a early to mid-70s Nashville and Austin underground songwriters film. I recently got to play the song after a screening of that movie at the Country Music Hall of Fame here in Nashville, and a splendid time was guaranteed for all. The studio recording first appears on the Stephen Powers-produced Honky Tonk Man album. That album was first released on the Mountain Railroad label in 1975 as well, which was reissued recently in 2024 by Omnivore Records as a set called Stars in the Southern Sky, which not only includes an impeccably remastered version of the Honky Tonk Man album, there are 2 additional discs worth of vintage mid-70s live Steve Young recordings. All of this lovingly overseen by original producer Stephen Powers. It's a great collection. Check it out. Links below. The song itself is a dark and moody, heavily blues-influenced country folk song. Yeah, no wonder dude had so much trouble getting airplay in the 70s. Steve has been quoted as saying that this song is essentially written from an African-American perspective. But my father's own deep love and frustrations with the southern United States are also fully present in his own perspective within the song. Steve Young was a stranger in a strange land. You should revisit the Frank Gutch Jr. interview and article in No Depression sometime if you have an interest and you haven't before, or revisit it. It goes deep, and towards the end you get a pretty unvarnished look at Steve's worldview. It's amazing that mid-20th century Georgia and Alabama produced this guy, really. The racial injustice was never something my father could live with. In the No Depression piece, he talks some about speaking and acting out in Montgomery in the early and mid-60s, and there are some other stories I'm aware of from his childhood that hammer home his instinct to challenge the racial status quo of the culture he grew up within. And it started early. Therein lies some of the angst that you can hear, in particular in the verses of Alabama Highway, that is much more than a white man imagining the feelings of a black man. Steve is feeling, for real, the mixture of his deep love of this land and culture that nourished him, the music, the people, the food, the land, and the deep shame and frustration he felt as a result of being a poor and relatively uneducated white man in a place that treated black folks so shamefully. I suspect there was a lot of helplessness he felt in the face of something so humongous and awful. The chorus adds a healthy dose of the mysticism and death pondering that my old dad often explored in his lyrics. This song almost certainly comes from a place and time where he was likely touring old familiar places in the Southeast, where he was raised, but as an adult, post-divorce, pre-sobriety, the legendary troubadour, the era that somewhat built a lot of his myth. And I know from conversations we had and that I overheard through the decades that there were absolutely some low points during which he might have been fine with that pitch black highway just taking him right on up to the stars. This song produced the lyric I chose to quote when I announced his passing to the world in 2016 on social media. Turned supernatural, Take me to the stars and let me play. I want to be free. Alabama Highway. Alabama Highway by Steve Young was our feature song this week. Thank you for tuning in. It's good to be back at it. And if you're enjoying the ever-increasing content here, like, subscribe, follow, etc. Let's connect. I will add some links below to various versions of the song and other things I may have mentioned here today. I have singles coming out over the next couple of months. We just put out Don't Be a Dickhead in May. And June is going to be Lost in Hollywood on the 20th, I think. The day after my 54th. Look at me go. And then July will be the Squirrel single. August 15th is the album release. Stay tuned, and we will we'll do it. We'll keep doing this. So we'll see you next time right here on the Sunday Jubilee. It's not that hard to be kind all the time, y'all. Peace! This episode was brought to you by the word taco. The letters F, D, and T. And the numbers 8, 6, 4, and 7.
We'll see you next time. You're in the Sunday Jubilee with Jubilee Young.